Howdy friends, and welcome back to Toy Box Nostalgia. I'm Douglas, and in this video we're going to be ripping into the absolute brand new 2024 Mattel Creations Masterverse, new Eternia version of Snout Spout. This is crazy. I don't understand what happened here. It went up for pre-order, and I pre-ordered it the day it went up for pre-order, and I got a notification saying it was shipped. And I thought it was one of those scenarios where like online shippers will create a label and then you wait like at least a few days, a week, couple weeks, a month. I was totally prepared to wait a few months for this product, but it came in like 3 days. This is incredible. I can't wait to tear this open. Now I gotta put out a disclaimer here. I've never owned a Snout Spout before as a kid. In the original line, never had one. I believe Snout Spout came out around '86, and I was already kind of moving into other toys by that time. But also none of my friends had Snout Spout, so I never actually really saw one in person before, especially like the old vintage toy. I did see the classics version, which was essentially like a revamped version of the original 1980s toy from '86, but this is completely different. This is like a whole new Eternia look, and it looks fantastic. So this is going to be an absolute objective review and unboxing of this product. I've already peeped at the product, and I have to tell you, this action figure is massive. It's bigger than most of the Masterverse action figures that you're probably used to, and wait till you see it. Just looks absolutely fantastic. If you're new to Toy Box Nostalgia, you love to see more content like this show up into your YouTube newsfeed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It truly helps out the channel. If you like the content of this video, or if you're just a fan of Masters of the Universe, or Masterverse, or New Eternia, or action figures, or toy photography, or elephants, give me a thumbs up. Or firefighters too, I guess I gotta say that also. Drop a comment below letting me know what you think of this massive, very detailed, very cool looking action figure. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. I'm gonna catch up with you after this quick break. Here he is, my friends. Before we tear into this, let's take a look at this absolutely gorgeous box that this comes in. Like, Mattel Creations did a fantastic job with this release. I'm kind of blown away, to be honest with you. The artwork. Here, let's take a look at that. Absolutely awesome. Look at him. It's like a firefighter coming through flames, right? He's even holding like a firefighter axe. I love it. So look at his eyes glowing. Apparently his eyes are light piped. That means that you could shine light somewhere on the action figure and it'll come through and come out of the eyes. Like clear plastic is somewhere inside of Snout Spout's head. Oh, fantastic. The box at the top says Masterverse. The side, the art continues, and this side, the art continues. On the back, we have Masters of the Universe New Eternia, original designs inspired by classic concepts. Very cool, right? So take a look at this artwork. This is nuts. Look, there's like a small battle bone sitting there, right? No, I'm just kidding. This is Mattel Creations. On the bottom here, domestic version. There's the barcode in case you need it. Let's open this up. Ages 6+. This is like a classy action figure. Like, look at this packaging, right? The image that's on the front and on the sides of the box is also protecting the action figure on the inside. And then we have this. You could probably use this for a diorama shot, right? Here he is. Here is Snout Spout, heroic, water-blasting firefighter. He is a firefighter. I guessed it. I'm just kidding. It's kind of super obvious, right? So from what I'm seeing so far, everything is recyclable. Cardboard, paper. There's paper right here. And there's even twine. I don't see any plastic anywhere so far, so that's a good sign. Let's go ahead and cut him out of the twine. This action figure is massive. This is huge. Okay, so we're going to start by taking a look at details of the action figure, and then we have the accessories here in this little box, this little cardboard box. Very cool. Okay, let's start with the head. Holy cow. This is such a large, massive action figure. There's probably where you shine the light for the light piping, and its clear plastic comes through to the eyes here. Take a look at the paint application on his head. And like the details they put in it made him look so like high-tech looking, right? Look at his tusks. Very large snout right here. like trunk rather. This is like an elephant's trunk. You can get articulation from pretty much every segment. Very, very cool. Take a look at the shoulder pads here. Lots of crazy little details. So he's got these 2 holes on the back of his armor here. Kind of reminds me of the Turtles of Grayskull armor. It's like a soft plastic here, or like maybe, you know, some sort of rubber. And it does come apart. It looks like these are the rivets right here where you could pull this off. And then his belt has an actual like straight up 1980s buckle on it. So you can remove his belt if you wanted to. Oh, this piece moves. It's crazy. We're going to have to look under here. There we go. Take a look at that piece right there on the belt underneath. He's got 2 tusks on there. And it's like a shimmering, really nice silver color. I love it. Looks fantastic. He does have details on his pelvis right here, like around his thighs. Take a look at that. These bands right here are actually part of the sculpt. Like, they don't move. The paint application is really well done. Very, very well done. I can see a wash right here and a dry brush on his feet. You can see there. It's like some black on there. And then he's got silver tipped steel boots, right? Absolutely awesome. Let's take a look at his hands, right? Look at that. This looks like a statue, and it's so huge. Okay, so here's another big action figure. We just opened this one up recently on the channel here in 2024. I think it was in January. This is Grizzlor. Take a look at the size difference. This is crazy. His hands are about the same size, though. Take a look at that, even though Grizzlor only has, what, 3 fingers and a thumb. Here's another good example. Take a look at the feet. Like the feet difference. This action figure, no wonder why this didn't come to retail. This is huge. Like, this is much larger, I think, than the majority of the Masterverse action figures, right? Let's move on to articulation. So the head has a huge amount of articulation. Look how far up this dude could look. The tusks articulate. So he could look down really far, and very cool. He's probably on a ball. Yeah, typical Masterverse ball joint right there. Look at that. That is crazy looking. This is the craziest looking action figure I think I've seen from the Masterverse line so far. And I have a motherboard. The ears articulate. The ears go back. Look at that. The tusks articulate, and as we saw, the trunk articulates in all of these segments that you see here. So these shoulder pads here are part of the armor, as we see there, and it looks like they do come off. Yeah, you can take them off if you wanted to. Down here at the shoulder, we do have a hinge. You can probably see it inside there. So it goes up about that far, and obviously swivels. And we have that awesome bicep swivel that I really wish that the cartoon collection had. I love that. That's awesome, especially for posing for toy photography. Here we have, down here at the elbow, we do have a swivel, obviously, and we have a hinge. And we also have some airbrushing right there. You can see there, it's like a, if I get the camera to focus, there's like a brown airbrushing inside the crease of the elbow. Looks awesome. We don't have any swivel at the forearm here, but obviously at the hand we do, because the hand's probably replaceable. Yeah. Wow, look at that peg. This thing is absolutely huge, right? And we do have a hinge here into the palm in this grip hand. We'll take a look at the rest of the hands here in a minute for the accessories. We do have an ab crunch, and then we can spin at the waist. Down here at the leg, like at the thigh, we have a pretty serious gap here. I don't know if you could see that or not. Very large gap inside there. Maybe it's just my action figure. Maybe I just need to kind of push it upwards in there. Oh, wait a minute. There's like some sort of butterfly mechanism inside there, and you can actually bring these down for an even crazier amount of articulation. So we do have the ball joints here. We've seen these 100 times. We have a cut up here at the top of the thigh, so we can swivel here. And we have a double joint at the knee. So this side needs warmed up at the top up here. It does bend, but the top part kind of needs warmed. We swivel at the boot. Very, very awesome. And then we have a hinge at the foot and a rocker. So we could get that. Really cool. I know that I say this all the time, but it's very important, you know? You know, the legs are spread. He's about to battle someone, right? You want those feet planted on the ground for your toy photos, right? You don't want to Photoshop every aspect of your photo, right? All right, so that is articulation. This part, like, I've never seen that before in Masterverse. That's so cool. But we can take off the armor. Let's go ahead and take the head off. Yeah, take a look at that airbrushing. Wow, that looks fantastic. Like, this is awesome. This is a Masters of the Universe action figure. This is crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can get this off. These things, I'll be honest with you, I understand these are from the 80s, but these are kind of a pain in the butt to put back on. Like the Grizzler that I just showed you, one of these sides, like it just keeps falling out. Like constantly falling out. Anyways, this is what Snout Spout looks like without his armor. Honestly, the airbrushing looks really good in person. Just looks so great. This action figure, I'm taken aback by it. Like the art. Like this looks like a statue to me. Like those statues that people pay like $300 for just to put on a shelf. But it articulates. All right, so we have the belt here with this moving piece. Articulates. So the painting on the box shows these two pegs right here on the belt facing downward. So I'm putting it on this way. The belt is so cool. Okay, even though it's got that goofy 1980s like weird belt with the notches in it that you're supposed to pull through, it also kind of clamps together there, as you see right there. Like it's like keyed. And we have these large pegs on here, I'm guessing to hold some of the accessories, which we'll take a look at now. Let's go ahead and put the armor back on. The armor is like a, you know, like a soft rubber or plastic, and it is silver. Like it's actually shining silver. The red is like a glossy, you know, typical plastic red. This is just awesome. This looks awesome. Let's take a look at the accessories that come with Snout Spout. And then we have to test the light piping, right? Let's open this up. But it comes with hoses, like different hoses that you attach. And let's see what else is in here. This is in paper right here. So we get 2 hands, 2 fists. So we get a total of 4 hands with this action figure, 3 hoses, this backpack piece that looks like it connects to that goofy Turtles of Grayskull thing on the back of his armor. Look at this water. Look at his fireman axe, right? Wow, the amount of detail, like the attention to detail is awesome. So let's put him all together, right? I'm going to put this backpack on. Looks like there's a hole here on the back of his head that goes into this right here for a hose. I'm just going to push this in here. The red is slightly a different color than the red of the shoulder pads here. It's a little bit darker. Yeah, the shoulder pads are definitely brighter. You can definitely see that, at least in person. And then I'm going to connect this hose here. It goes into the back of his head. Yeah, like that. Very cool. And then we're going to connect a hose down here. There we go. The hoses are like a really soft rubber. It almost feels like a real hose to me. And then I'm guessing this is what they connect to up here on the belt. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this side. As far as like Mattel Creations goes, for Masterverse, I thought that the Too Bad was going to be the greatest Masterverse action figure that they've made. This tops it like 5 times over. This is crazy. And I know that's subjective. You know, some people really, really like Too Bad. Some people really, really like Snout Spout, right? From me, I'm just looking at it from the aspect of the art, the attention to detail, the quality. Like, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Let's go ahead and connect his his waters to his trunk, right? All right, let's get him to stand. He can stand. All right, so let me turn off some of these lights here, and we're going to test the light piping feature of his head. Okay, I got this LED keychain that I use for rim lighting for my, you know, toy photography, like that backlight. Look, you can see his eyes light up. Very cool. I'm going to put it right up to this piece right here. So you can see there. I'm just going to put it right up to there. Look at that. You know, for toy photography, you know, you could do less photoshopping, right? If you want these eyes to light up. All right, lights back on. One thing I'd like to say also about this, we looked at articulation, we looked at the action figure in detail, we looked at all of these accessories, we put the action figure all together, but we have to do one of the hands at least once. Look at that peg, it's huge. Like, this is a huge peg, right? If we take a look at Grizzlor, for instance, Grizzlor's peg looks more like an Origins peg, right? Compared to Snout Spout's. Complete different. So in this fist, the hinge is in fact in the palm, so we could get him like with his, you know, like he's telling somebody, don't you dare start a forest fire. I'll beat the living crap out of you. Very, very thrilled with it, very satisfied with it. I think this is a really awesome addition to the Mattel Masterverse line. The new Eternia stuff is my favorite. What do you think? Like, what do you actually think of this? This is... this one absolutely beyond my expectations. I know that Mattel's been doing a fantastic job with stuff lately, especially Mattel Creations, right? But I'd love to know what you think, so please drop a comment below letting me know what you think of this massive, super detailed re-envision from the actual first vision of this Masters of the Universe character, Snout Spout. Like, this is crazy. The new Eternia stuff is based on the original designs. I'm kind of getting the feeling that like Mattel like really got it wrong in the 80s, but I know it's just a fact of catching up with technology. Artists are seemingly just getting better and better, and they're allowed to be more and more creative because of the technology changing and the cost of manufacturing the stuff. But this is nuts. I love this. I'm absolutely thrilled with it. I'm super excited to take a toy photograph using the light piping in the head. That's so cool. Anyways, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. If you like the content of this video, as I mentioned in the beginning, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to Toy Box Nostalgia, you love to see unboxing stuff like this show up into your YouTube newsfeed, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It really helps us out. Thank you so much for watching, my friend, and remember, collect and shoot.